Hello and welcome back to Euro Football Daily. With the quarterfinals at the halfway stage, we've decided to produce a list of 5 players who deserve to win this year's Champions League. Keep in mind this was filmed on a Wednesday, so some stats may have changed. 5. Roberto Firmino. Before you all riot, we are not saying that Roberto Firmino deserves a Champions League due to years of exceptional performances and near misses, but on current performance alone. The 26-year-old Brazilian certainly deserves a mention. 7 goals and 3 assists in just 8 Champions League games have propelled Liverpool into their first quarter-final since 2009. At the time of writing, Firmino has been involved in 36% of Liverpool's 28 goals in this year's competition. Only CR7 has a better goal contribution. A Reds player since June 2015, he is firing off 4 shots per 90, with 48% of them coming on target. The focal point of a Liverpool side that have scored 113 goals in 45 games this season, Firmino has saved his best for the Champions League. He's currently creating 1.7 chances per 90 for his goal-hungry teammates. But perhaps more surprising is the 19-capped Brazilian's ability to beat a man. He's currently completing 73% of his take-ons in the tournament, far more than Luis Suarez's 44%. In a Klopp team, all players need to pull their weight, so he will be delighted to hear that Firmino is making 1.6 tackles interceptions per 90, more than notoriously hard-working forward Karim Benzema's 1. If Liverpool are to go all the way in this competition, they will need Firmino to continue his recent stellar form. 4. Giorgio Chiellini. At M_Wilkins7 wanted to see Giorgio Chiellini included, and for good reason. Juve's defence has been absolutely ridiculous this season, and the 33-year-old central defender has been a key reason. They have conceded just 2 league goals since November the 28th, and before the quarter-finals, lost just once in 8 Champions League games. Chiellini, twice runner-up in the Champions League, has been the bedrock of a defence which lost Bonucci last summer. Only Miralem Pjanic has made more than the Italian's 34 appearances in all competitions in 17-18. The 96th capped international is producing time and time again in Europe. He played a vital role in keeping Harry Kane off the scoresheet in their crucial 2-1 away win at Wembley in the last 16, and is making a massive 3.4 tackles interceptions per 90. This puts Gerard Piqué's 2.1, who is at the heart of a Barcelona defence that have conceded just 2 Champions League goals, into perspective. Juve haven't been at their best in this year's competition, conceding 9 goals in 8 games at the time of writing, and being outshot by Spurs 35-17 in the last 16. But Chiellini has been immense, making 7 clearances per game. An absolute warrior on the pitch, the 6-time Italian champion is winning 68% of his aerial duels, 8% more than Samuel Umtiti. If Chiellini and Juventus are to reach their 3rd final in 5 years, they will need their 7th most experienced player of all time, with 464 appearances, to exact revenge on last season's conquerors, Real Madrid. 3. David Silva. Thanks to @JacoBSG, we are covering David Silva, who finally seems to be getting the credit he rightfully deserves. His 47 goals and 75 assists in 245 Premier League appearances, a goal involvement every 0.5 games, has seen the 32-year-old enter the discussion for the Premier League's best ever import. But for all his domestic success, Silva has only inspired City past the last 16 on 2 occasions in his 8 years at the club, with the 2016 semi-final defeat to Real Madrid the pinnacle. The 119 capped international has struggled, like City, to produce his best form on the biggest stage, with his goals per game dropping from 0.2 in the Premier League to 0.1 in the Champions League across his Citizens' career. But this season, Silva has been the beating heart of a City team that has scored 19 and conceded just 6 in 8 UCL games. He's averaging 0.7 assists per 90 compared to 0.5 in the league, and his chances created have remained an impressive 2.3 per game. The diminutive Spaniard has been heavily involved in play, with 77 passes per 90, putting Luka Modric's 69 in the shade. With 340 City appearances, 11 more than Vincent Kompany, Silva is the most experienced member of Pep Guardiola's squad, and he is very much leading by example. Not only is his pass completion at an exceptional 87%, but he continues to exemplify City's outstanding work ethic, making 1.3 tackles interceptions per 90. With City needing 1 more win to wrap up the Premier League title in April, and with 1 trophy already in the bag, the chance of a Silva-inspired treble is still very much on the cards. 2. Casimiro. This might seem like a slightly strange suggestion. After all, Casimiro is a 3-time Champions League winner who made 9 appearances as Real Madrid beat Juventus to win the 2017 edition. But on pure performances alone, the 26-year-old defensive midfielder definitely deserves to get his hand on the trophy once again. Whilst Real Madrid's league form has drastically improved in 2018, winning 10 of a possible 13 games, their poor first half of the season means that they are still 14 points off Barcelona at the time of writing. But in Europe, they have progressed out of a difficult group, containing both Spurs and Dortmund, and passed PSG in the last 16 into the quarter-finals. Casimiro has been immense. Not only is his pass completion at 91%, but he's also creating 1 chance per 90 from his deep lying position, and has scored a goal as well. In 16-17, Casimiro scored 2 goals in Los Blancos' winning campaign, and this season he has continued where he left off, firing 1 shot per 90 in his 7 games with 100% on target. Casimiro is in the side to offer balance and control in the middle of the pitch, and so far Zidane will be delighted with the 22-cap Brazilian's work. He is making a monumental 6 tackles interceptions per 90. To put that into perspective, 3-time winner Sergio Busquets is averaging 3.4 per game. When Real Madrid were drawn against financial juggernauts PSG in the last 16, many predicted that they would struggle to contain the free-scoring Parisians. But Casimiro was insane. He averaged a 94% pass accuracy and made 6.5 tackles per 90 across the 2 ties. Seemingly in a straight shootout with Fernandinho for a starting spot in the Seleção starting 11, it isn't outside the realms of possibility that Casimiro could win a Champions League and a World Cup over the next 3 months. 1. Robert Lewandowski. Thanks to Finny Hoofhoch for suggesting this one, who has noticed that Robert Lewandowski has been incredibly unlucky in the Champions League. A runner-up with Dortmund to Bayern in the 2013 final, he joined his vanquishers at the end of the following campaign. Since then, there have been semi-final defeats to Barcelona and Atletico and a quarter-final defeat to Real Madrid, with both the Blaugrana and Los Blancos going on to win the tournament in those years. But this is not through lack of effort from the 29-year-old Pole. The striker has scored a hugely impressive 28 goals in 40 UCL games for Bayern, at an average of 0.7 goals per game. Bayern Munich have a fantastic home record in the Champions League, winning 20 of their last 21 UCL games at the Allianz Arena, the only exception being a quarter-final defeat to Real Madrid last season. The 93-capped Polish international has been the key reason, scoring 19 goals in his last 17 UCL home games. The 5-time German champion is in superb form, with only Mohamed Salah scoring more than his 26 league goals. He has since taken this form into European competition, with 5 goals at the time of writing. His numbers are quite frankly staggering. 5.2 shots per 90 up from 4.1 in the 16-17 season, with 56% on target. He's also creating 1.3 chances per 90, the same as Cristiano Ronaldo, who's playing in a free-scoring Real Madrid team that scored 22 goals in 8 Champions League games. More surprisingly, for a man who is not known for his dribbling, Lewandowski is also completing 57% of his take-ons, not far off Messi's 58%. With Bayern in superb form, averaging 2.6 goals per Bundesliga game, and with a seemingly straightforward tie against Sevilla, don't bet against Lewandowski, the 12th top scorer in European history, firing his side to glory. So those are our 5 players who deserve to win this year's Champions League. What do you guys think? And have we missed out on any? Let us know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this, why not check out our UCL review, where we take a look at the games that just happened, the quarterfinals. Cristiano Ronaldo's bicycle kick. Oh my God. And as always, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.